Hey there guys, it's Too Old for Gaming. Today we're at Tannenberg on another exciting 10 versus 10 here in Steel Division 2. I am playing as first Lovas, and I'm going to be attempting to control these intersections over here, and we'll see if we can push the enemy back to their flags. They are pretty far away, but we'll do our best. So I'm playing first Lovas. Initially, our trucks are very slow, so I'm being a bit conservative with my placement. I'm putting a 75mm field gun here, and then a 75mm anti-tank gun over here. We're going to make sure at some point that we can see down this road to our left, right through here, and then also cover this intersection. So my initial infantry here are just some Lovas troops, a recon, a leader, and then we've got a Panzerschreck team and 250mm mortars. We're already starting to see enemy vehicles here. And our leader ends up taking them out with a Phosperon, which was great. We didn't even have to use a Panzerschreck rocket. I do also have a Turan II here. These are nice infantry support tanks, but can't really manage their way around anything in 1944 too well. So I've moved my Panzerschreck team up here, and we managed to knock out the M4A176. So maybe he was focused on a different sector. You'd think he would have held off on pushing forward. An M15 tried breaking through down the road over here, but our 40mm Bofors copy ended up taking it down. We are encountering another rifle team over here, and we're going to use these 50mm mortars to suppress them. So here they come. We see an enemy car driving out there down on the street, but we don't have anything to hit that yet. So we push off that team. I'm just going to zoom out here for a second and let you guys know. I was a little worried about our right flank and getting pushed through over here. So I am setting up another one of these 1535M 75mm howitzers, and I brought a 16-man infantry team there to back him up. I've got another platoon of standard Lovas infantry coming in, but I am getting spotted now by these M8s, and if you did see earlier, I had a 50 cal on us. So M8 able to spot, I think, our Panzerschreck team. But the Turan II is able to knock him out quickly. We're locked in at a 12-12 currently. About 4 minutes into the match. So in Phase A, I have 3 75mm. I did set one up here. As you can see, when they round the corner, we're at max range. So if we encounter a Sherman or anything similar like we've seen before, we should be able to outrange it before he starts firing at us. And we've got another M4 Sherman heading our way. Our 75 is set up in position now, and he is just out of range. So we'll see if he can get into range. We can check out the action right here when he moves forward. All right, they're getting their firing solution. They fire, and we miss on the first shot. Second round, misses again, but he's going to run right back into our rocket team, and we managed to knock out yet another Sherman. We have another M4A1, this time a 76, and he's being a little bit more careful this time and holding back. I'm going to bring up another 75mm howitzer and anti-tank gun into this position. So that's all 3 of our anti-tank guns. And I'm moving our 40mm AA gun further forward to provide some better cover here. Sometimes the sight lines with your anti-aircraft can have trouble getting over this hill. So as you can see, my front line, I'm trying to spread it out. Luckily for us, we're not being hit by any artillery yet. This is pretty dense. And this 75 will get walked in here in a minute. We're getting another leader so that we can have leaders in all of our teams here. I think one of the mistakes I made in this match was not bringing in a commander to triple vet everyone, because I had leaders pretty much the whole time. So maybe a change I would do here in the next time around. Why don't we take a look around the map while we're waiting for the action to heat back up? It looks like the enemy has some heavy cannoned medium tanks over here, which are going to cause us some problems with these light Italian tanks. We do have a Pack 40 to take them on. He will probably bounce at max range, though, at least on the first shot, so needs to be careful about that. MG42 gets knocked out, which appears to have been either by the Cromwell or the M4 Sherman. More Shermans appearing in the enemy lines, along with another M15 anti-aircraft half-track. We have managed to take the town over here with another team of Hungarians. So let's see what he has. So that's Pizza Man. And Pizza Man is using Group Hartneck. So I forgot they had Hungarian infantry with them. Very cool. Over here in the center, looks like we've got some Finnish infantry taking on some experienced Russian infantry. 45 here to intercept that Valentine 9. We'll see if he can take him down this close. And that looks like it did damage him. Sturmoviki rocks to our right, but should get taken out, and the Valentine is destroyed. Another leader going down over here as well. But we do have this big bubble pocket here. We had a bounce on that M15 carrier with this Turan II. Again, I told you guys this 75mm howitzer, especially the AP shells. Let's take a look. AP shells only do 55, and we bounced on a vehicle with 15. So, but he's driving it in on a suicide run. I have no idea what he intends to accomplish doing this, as he knows he just got shot at with a Turan II, and he pays for it. So that's, I think, 65 points that are down. Another M4 Sherman coming into the same zone where we took out the last one right here. And I'm backing off my Turans and Toldies because they don't have the capabilities of dealing with that unless it's a side shot. But we do have our 75 up here, so once he gets out on the street, we'll hit him on the side again. And it looks like he's getting a firing solution on us. Both of them are, so there might be a recon here, because they are spotting the Lovas team and the rocket team, and these guys are exceptional stealth, so not an easy feat to do with a tank with poor optics. So we do get a penetration on the first shot with our 75mm pack. Let's see if we can take him down, or if the rocket men are going to get him again. And we do take him out. The rocket guys got spotted before they got close enough. So holding these light tanks here, it's a very cheap investment to prevent enemy infantry from crossing the sector. Finnish troops maintaining the zone here, but have lost the entire hill. I do have our 75mm AT gun pushed up to the front line now, in a position to intercept the enemy vehicles coming down the road, and the BAR team is going to get knocked out. And he does. Our Toldi 2 gets destroyed by another BAR team. I'm trying to back off the Toldi 1 here. Unfortunately, he is a marksman with a bazooka and takes us down. We do have a 75 howitzer over here who's going to fire at these trucks to see if he can get a shot off. Nope, couldn't find his firing solution. So our Lovas teams are spotted. You can see right now these guys aren't blinking, meaning they are being spotted by an enemy unit. Enemy tried to run in a flamethrower team to capture ground here, but we had our defenses set up, so for some reason 75 taking a long time to wheel over in the line there. Looks like he might be bugged. There he goes, starting to turn now. Right after they drop smoke. So the M4 105 coming in. Again, lots of Shermans heading our way. We did jam the gun of that M4 A176. Maybe we can knock it out now. No, he's out of view, so. With the recon team I have here, I did end up putting them on a return fire so that we can keep observing all the way down the road. Unless we get into a jam where they're rushing things across, we can just keep them hidden. So you just saw the flamethrower team here. Very hard to spot, even for infantry at 600 meters. So we're still locked in at a 12-12 now that we've hit Phase B. Why don't we take a look around at the situation on our right flank this time? So the enemy making lots of progress against us. This is very worrisome. We've got an IS-2, a T-34-85, and a ZIS-3, along with some 50 cal half-tracks, and we've got nothing but a Valkyrie squad. 81's firing at that position, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it. And tank-wise, we've got a T-34. He could side-shot them if they move forward. So very, very light defenses here. This is not good. All the way over to the wooded section, we're keeping our Panzer Grenadiers back, which makes sense. However, you could remedy them being weaker in woods by firing artillery into the zone, suppressing your enemy, and then pushing forward. Because this is super dangerous. You've got a lot of investment here, and with this team, it's 30 points each, so you've got quite a bit. Alright, so the enemy is getting frustrated with me. Air Cobra comes in and fires on our 75. He does take significant damage, but isn't killed off. Looks like we did manage to take out the Sherman 76. I brought in replacement recon here. So these Toldy ones, they've only got the 39M 20 mil, but they got a machine gun too, and they go 47 kilometers an hour on the road with optics for 15 points. I'd definitely pick them up. Same with these Toldys. The 40 millimeter can do 75 millimeters of penetration for 25 points. It's pretty solid. So we spot a recon team here who is spotting all of our infantry. Our 75 might go down right now. I believe he's getting hit by this heavy machine gun. Another Toldy is knocked out by an M4 Sherman over here. But our 75 should be able to knock him out. He knocks out our other tank as well, so not going so well for us. We do force him off with the 75 millimeter Pak 40. This one's holding on firing right now until he gets into range. He just fired. We're going to kill him off? No, we miss. So we do have a single vet slight suppression. And we do manage to take out the M8. Now we have a Jumbo, which is going to cause problems. They tend to bounce Pak 40s quite a bit with that 190 millimeters of frontal armor. That's a lot to deal with. Typically up-close rockets or aircraft for those guys. Lots of extremely vetted infantry over here. That's going to be hard to take on. You're really going to need some artillery to soften up that position. Now that we're in Phase B, I have a lot of Maxims. So I brought in two that we're going to spread out on the lines here. Enemy making a little bit of an advance over here, but we've got quite a bit of defense. So noticing that we've got an established line in the village, I'm going to start moving my equipment up. We do destroy an M4 105 with our Lovas team up here. I might get this other one too. Yeah, so he's just kind of walking his Shermans into fire. Bit strange. So I do have this guy on 20% penetration value, because I don't want to reveal my position. So we miss, though. He had all that time to line up a shot, and he misses and takes a casualty. So I might die off now, especially if I'm focused on other things. Which looks like I already realized he's going to die, so I had started moving this other set Pak 40 up. I have quite a few of them because we don't really have a lot of tank killers here. We just lost a recon tank here, if you saw that. And the Jumbo's kind of pushing us off of our advance. And our team's getting forced off this point here in the center. More Hungarians, friendly Hungarians from the division to our left coming in. Although he's probably going to get nuked right now, bringing those slow-moving trucks up if this Su-57 spots him. Jumbo moving in way too close. Going to take 2 hits to take him down with all that armor. And we do. That was a big waste. M8 taking fire, I believe, from the 1535M. These are only 30 points. You get 40 shells. Not a big blast, but 12 rounds a minute. Very good stealth. So for 30 points, reaching out a lot further actually than the machine guns I've got. An extra 500 meters of range for light vehicles and infantry. So, looks like we took out the leader there, giving these guys a lot of extra veterancy, but there's a T-34-76 here who's going to cause some problems. You can see down this road. It just depends on if he has spotters in the woods up here. Lots and lots of half-tracks heading our way. We've got another player coming to our position. This team is really liking to use these P-39N Cobras. I've seen them a bunch of times, and they seem to be surviving based on their speed. I did bring in... I have two 40s here, guys, so those things are definitely are pretty good. They're making it out each time. These Nimrods are great too. I'm sure you guys have seen plenty of videos on those. So we've got our machine gun up here, and all these autos are going to get caught out in the open. I moved my Lovas team back forward so that we could catch them before they got in the woods, but unfortunately, looks like they've got in the woods here. Got some Stug 3Gs helping us out as well. Having difficulty going up against the Jumbo. Jumbo's not having problems penetrating the Stugs. It's going to need to get in closer. We lose a squad here. So, you know, the enemy we're going against is using reconnaissance and has spotted our infantry in woods, but being very weird about their use of tanks. So I moved up our 50s. Now, these are the German ones, so they can only go 540 meters, so a bit more difficult to use, but you can see we did suppress those guys. So the M8 that we saw coming down the road earlier did spot us up here and has pinned us down. Fortunately for us, very slow in terms of getting casualties. And so the Hungarians actually made it up here into this wood. Very surprised by that. I have the 149 coming in now. These things are excellent. These trucks are extremely slow, but they do have 15,000 supply. So we can keep this thing firing basically the whole game. So our second 40M firing at the Jumbo unfortunately misses. We do take out a half-track with the Turan over here. And we're continuing to take casualties with our Pack 40. One of our 50mm mortars was destroyed by this M8. We're in a bit of a pickle here. I did bring in a Jagdpanzer, but he can't see. The one thing you really don't want to do is get too close and have him be able to penetrate in the front armor and get a crit on us. So we do get a penetration on the Jumbo. We'll see if we can knock it off before our gun gets knocked out. We don't, unfortunately, so we'll need to bring up another Pack 40. I have relocated this into a heavier wooded zone. We can still reach the road over here, and the Air Cobra is coming back in. And again, still getting away every time. I'm not sure if it's the sight lines. I've got these in 1,000 meters, so they're close. I mean, you think normally they would knock those out. So our 149 is in place to start firing. Let's take a look at that. Sitting back here in the field, and I am moving the resupply truck back, so it's going to take him a minute to aim. I'm going to go right on these autos. Our Lovas team pushes back the autos in the woods because they were already suppressed from our mortar fire. And we're going to drop those 149s right on this bunched up enemy position. Lovas taking fire from the M2 50 cal. And the Jumbo's firing at more rifle teams in here. So, bit of a back and forth here with the enemy. Now, the situation over to our right flank is getting worse and worse. Fortunately for us, we have not lost our position. The enemy's attempt at probing our area through the road here has failed, and they haven't moved any AT guns into our sector yet. Another Turan goes down, being spotted in the Lightwoods over here. So my intention was I was going to attempt to make a frontal assault until I saw the IS-2 here and the T-34-85s over here. So I had these guys holding off here. Didn't really think anybody could spot them. Unless he had a guy in here, but you'd only see this one. And so they're just kind of waiting for some of the stuff to get killed off, and then I was going to rush in. HE-111 tried coming in, but he gets knocked down. Not as lucky as these air cobras. Almost hits our anti-aircraft, and the air cobra comes back in and knocks out our mortar team. This guy they must have a ton of these air cobras, because we've seen a lot of them, and a lot of them were damaged. I can't imagine them coming back in that fast. And we are, you know, we're in phase C. So we're losing right now. It's a 13-11. And I'm continuing to bring in Pack 40s, and I'm going to bring in another Panzerschreck team. All of our tanks over here got knocked out, but we do have 3 infantry units in there. Our 75 is firing at the T-34, but unfortunately I don't think these guys, they do a damage of 2.2, but I don't think they could penetrate, so they can damage the unit, but it's not probably going to just die off if I don't notice it. Another jumbo heading our way. Let's see how much these cost. 140 points. They're more expensive than a Tiger. And I get it. They're a breakthrough tank. That's why they got all that armor. So he's running them up front, but he really needs to run them up with infantry in here. He's getting... If I were the opposite player, maybe smoking this area and getting your autos across, or artillerying it to suppress everyone. I've shifted my artillery over here to help these guys out because they were pretty bunched up. We haven't fired yet because I shifted it, so they're still aiming. The first round will go off. Our rocket team lines up on the jumbo and knocks them down. So I'm noticing the failings over here, and I'm going to make a second group. I'm moving forward to some Turan IIs. This is a bit dangerous because we don't have a recon unit here. But you can see how far it's projecting, so I think we're probably okay, but there could be AT guns up here. I have a couple Lovas teams, but I did not want to advance them. They're the ones from over here because I don't want to get hit by this. So redirecting my artillery one more time on these triple vet teams, and so it still hasn't fired yet. And I let the teammate know that I'm going to be making an attack shortly. We're bringing in our flamethrower group, some of those 50s again to keep them suppressed, and another leader. Luckily for us, we've got radio from the Tiger leader here, so we can get very accurate fire on this position, which should be firing right now. So about 3 seconds, that should land. Maybe a little bit longer than that to get to the area. And it looks like we're getting hit with, yeah, that was great. You see those guys are almost all fully suppressed. So a 37 mils trying to hit our Turan IIs. And he wasn't doing much, but the IL-2-37 managed to knock out our Turan II. We did take out the 37mm anti-aircraft gun, and we have moved our Jagdpanzer forward and knocked out yet another recon vehicle. Auto's trying to do what I mentioned earlier, but without smoke. So Lovas teams make quick work. Jagdpanzer taking fire from the M4 Sherman, but we fired back and killed off the crew. I'm going to move my machine gun team forward, and here come in the submachine gun teams from the enemy. But these guys over here are all pretty well suppressed. I'm going to need to do some localized suppression with our 50mm mortars. Our Arkazok teams are coming in right now. And the Air Cobra is just relentless on us today. So Flamethrower's doing a good job of pinning these guys. And something fired from down here. I don't know what that was. It was the 75, I guess. So let's see if we can take these guys out, and we do. So there's still more teams, though. And we must be getting counter-batteried already because we fired 2 rounds, and that circle's getting huge. So he was not very happy with our very accurate fire on his position, pushing him off. You can see it's still hitting there, but we're about to start taking casualties. I think, though, with 4 or 5 rounds, we got 3 down. Probably get another one. He's shaken. We should be able to move forward. I did hit C's in case there was someone in here. They will clear out the enemy infantry. Another M4 75 heading towards our left flank. So, more triple vetted squads here. We're double vetted. Again, if I had that commander, we'd be triple, but I'm going to run the commander back and try to get these satchel charge teams, these grenade bundle teams forward. We do have the Finns down here out in the open. So there's a second 37mm here. We did spot our leader, unfortunately, so he's probably going to get knocked out here. And the enemy elites wiping us out yet again. But we are managing to get some casualties, so I normally wouldn't do this. I knew all these guys would be getting wiped, so I had redirected our artillery early so they didn't die in vain, and we already have more flamethrower teams coming up. We do destroy another anti-aircraft gun up here. Guy was really worried about aircraft, but we haven't brought in a single one yet. We will. Our medium machine gun here, pinning down these guys. We lose our Jagdpanzer to the ZIS-2 over here, unfortunately. Can we take out that AA? No. Alright, so these guys are for sure suppressed. Enemy fire stopped for a second here, but I'm sure it'll start up again. And we're going to walk our fire. A pretty normal infantry move, walking fire, so don't get too close. Alright, we were good there. So we'll do a walking barrage and then try and retake this zone because it's about to fall. On our left flank, we take out another M4, I'm assuming with a 75. But I didn't... Was it this one? No. Not sure what shot him. It may have been this 80. So I did bring in, because we're getting all these aircraft again, I've got good units. We got 2 Nimrods and a 40 and an 80, and I'm still can't deal with these Cobras. And see, he can't get a firing solution. So, we're just going to have to deal with it until we can get them safely on this side. But that's not the case. I think we still got an IL-2 up here, right? So the enemy really took a beating in this zone. Wow. So walking fire still going on here. Enemy has captured the flag. He's out of high explosive here, but moving into Tiger. And it looks like things are collapsing even worse. That one road with the T-34-85 you saw at the beginning of the match just continuing to make advances on us, but we have a ton of Panthers coming in. We've managed to move into our zone of the forest, but they're all suppressed over there. So we took out another Sturmoviki team. Desanikis are going to get wiped by our flamethrower teams. These guys are 20 points. They're only 5-man squad, though. So he had DT teams here that knocked us out of our cars. I'm going to have to smoke so we don't get wiped out in the open. Sniper team spotted us out here, so that guy's dead for sure. Flamethrower team here takes out our leader, so we need to add more infantry to this area. More and more enemy infantry coming in jeeps. Looks like they're Maxims. I did set off smoke here to get these guys in without being shot. Another Maxim. Looks like he landed right there. So my intention was to set up a 75mm AA gun. It looks like we just lost our 80, probably to that, not that artillery. It must have been like a this SU-122 probably. It's got a bunch of those in the back, so... Unfortunately, the infantry I had here initially is gone. So four medium machine guns getting fired on by us right now, but these guys, I did bring in a couple of these cheaper tanks who should be able to easily wipe out that infantry out in the open. So we've almost cleared the hill for our friendly division to our right. We're going to keep going. Unfortunately for us, we can't get into position in time, and there's a tank right there, and we lose a Pack 40. Our Turan II got knocked out here. Looks like we had a couple of AT guns up here, so causing us some problems. So we're going to redirect fire onto that. We haven't taken a casualty down here yet, but that fire was coming really close. And no, I spoke too soon. What happens here? First shot lands. Pretty cool to see the trees falling down. We're down to 1 man left. So we survive. It looks like 2 men. And we do manage to get a 15-point recon tank up here to knock these guys out. Probably still a squad in there we're going to have to deal with. I'm moving my Panzerschreck team up here. Again, this guy's being very, very aggressive with his armor. So we take out another one. We have seen a lot of enemy tanks today. And we've killed a lot of them. So I do have Ju-88A4s. These have 250 kilogram bombs, 4 of them. We're going to take out one of these ZIS-2s here, hopefully. But we are just getting tore up by anti-aircraft fire. Hopefully he makes it out. So ZIS-2 goes down. There's another one. I did have flamethrower teams trying to go across. He's trying to bring more of his teams in. I've got my 50s up here to fire on his position. And our tank should be able to take out these guys. I have to keep them back because of our 57s. But my mortars are going to fall in this position because I know they're going to get wiped. And we're going to keep trying to suppress that area. Taking a look at the left flank, did not go well. And our elephant is not being used. That's very, very strange. It looks like we're fairly pushed back here. We haven't advanced at all. We lost our 50 over here to those guys. Our Pack 40 over here firing on this M10A1 tank destroyer. Can he get it? He does. Alright, so we're almost out of guys here. Our flamethrower teams, though, about to wipe out another enemy leader. And our light tanks have managed to eliminate the enemy. We've got one more flamethrower squad that's fully health, and we killed that guy off. He's trying to come for me, though, because I'm wiping all the stuff on. And the IL-2 is coming back in, but our 40mm is doing a good job this time to keep them off of our position. 12-12, we're really far down on points. We've seen so many tanks, I just figured it was worth trying to make a breakthrough. I'm not seeing our team attempt anything, to be honest. Anything really strategic. They're just kind of holding position and throwing stuff at it. So we're going to try and make an armored breakthrough here. I would have tried going forward here, but again, we've got all this heavy stuff and we don't... I can't get aircraft in over here to take care of it. I do have Ju-87s with +8 anti-tank clusters, but I've had trouble getting them to the front line in this. So he's got more infantry coming in here. You can see how that's moving. I'm bringing in our pioneer teams, and I just said let's just try it out. Let's see what's there. This isn't too much. It's 15 points. The Jagdpanzer is our most expensive piece of equipment at 90, but we need him in case we encounter any tanks. These Turans and Toldies, I mean, these are 40mm AT guns, which can sideshot stuff, but if we get anything front on, it's not going to work. Another jumbo heading towards our position over here, and we're bouncing rounds off his front plate. Let's zoom in. We haven't looked at one today. So he gets hit at the same time by 2 guns. But he's not intimidated at all. Our other Pack 40, though, got a side shot on this M4A3. Might knock him out with this shot. He does. Ammo explosion. Very nice. All right, so our recon unit has moved forward, but the IL-2 37 takes him out very quickly. And so this is where it would be nice to have some friendly air support. Trying to make a breakthrough here. Not really getting any support right now. Here comes my Ju-87. There's 2 men left on that 37. And we get some bomblets off, but it doesn't kill him. And the Ju-87 is forced off. But we are pushing forward here. We're not encountering any resistance. All of his infantry is committed over here. Our Ju-87 is shot down, and we've got more planes coming in. We do spot a Katusha, which we miss, and we nail in the second run. But the IL-237s knock out half our tanks here and kill the driver on a Jagdpanzer. So we're down to a single Turan II. And we're dealing with more triple vetted enemy infantry over here, but we've got some artillery support from the team to help surrender some of them. There's still a guy over here. But the team should be able to see that we've broken through here. They need to be rushing units up here. You see your friendly teammates breaking through in your sector, by the way. Rush stuff up there to reinforce the gap. Yes, I said help me out, chumps. Like, come on. You just let me get completely wiped without any support. Alright, so we spot another flamethrower team here. Told E2A gonna take him out without any problems. Again, I'm still bottled up here because there's an IL-2 back there. Kind of wish I had aerial recon or friendly recon over here spotting, as my viewing angle isn't. I can't see what's over here. So we end up being surrendered again over here to these probably Sapri Rocks teams or Desinikis. See who wins this battle. We have a lot more men, but oh, and we get them. So the grenade bundle's doing a good job. SU-122 spotting our infantry. So this recon able to spot us, or he moved up another recon into this building or up over here. So direct hit takes out half that squad. Gonna have to move them back, and the enemy's starting to artillery our position. Kind of surprising we haven't gotten artillery in this area all map until now. Oh, excuse me, all match until now. More Desinikis here. They're going to suppress us before the grenade goes off, but we probably just killed him off. So our Toldi 2 got destroyed by a armed rifles team. That's unfortunate. We've got a Maxim up here now. He disappears around the corner. There's an M5 back here too. So again, these lighter tanks would be great if we could get them into the village and shoot up close, but I need to hold here in case you saw the units they've been trying to bring this way. So moving up a machine gun team and a leader here, and we'll bring in some more squads, I'm sure. 21 minutes to go if you're still hanging in there with me. It's definitely a long match. But we will kill a lot of things here. We get another M4A3 here. And we'll see who's going to get it. We got 2 Jagdpanzers up here. We've got a Jumbo, an IS-2. We do take out that M4. We got a T-3485. So again, as I mentioned, we don't really have enough heavy support to deal with this stuff. Friendly T-34 goes down. Jagdpanzer goes down. Second Jagdpanzer penetrates but goes down in the second shot, and here comes an Andrusha fire. I can tell by the smoke trails. And unfortunately, that takes out a whole lot of equipment. So the only good news is these are only 40 points, but they basically took out our entire team here. At least they weren't Panthers. Nimrod escapes with the skin of his teeth. So we have Nebelwerfers on the front line. That's an interesting choice. And just getting crushed back here. Again, elephant and tiger doing nothing. I'm very confused. Is this AI? They've got... I can't tell on replays. I think AI would have been more aggressive. So enemy squad's trying to make it in to do a flanking maneuver on us like we did to them. And these IL-2s are the ones who are keeping us from taking this town. Our 30-point howitzer does get knocked out. The jumbo here is going to start firing at us. And that's going to be... He's on hold fire because it's not going to penetrate. So I'm just trying to move him back. Rifles team going to get suppressed by this machine gun team. He's double vetted, hopefully. We can get him pinned down, but we've got another squad over here. Panther coming in to help out. It's a 13-11, so we did end up capturing a point. We got this point up here. So there's a chance we can turn this thing around. Jumbo moving back into our position here. Is this guy damaged at all? A little bit. I was trying to move my Panzerschreck team over because the other one got destroyed, I think, by the Andrusha. And you can see here, my squad's coming in. I did let the team know I'm going to be artillerying this area. I figured they would start being pushed off a little bit. I do have MG42 teams, basically like a Panzergren team, that I'm bringing in now because we're going to have some open area up here. Unfortunately, one of our trucks gets taken down. We do get 10 G43s with these teams, though. Pretty awesome. Unfortunately, Flamethrower knocks out our leader here. Two of the squads make it through. I got a 75 I'm trying to bring up there, too. He's backing off a little bit. So the rifles team, so the Panther surrenders one of them. The other one getting hit by our Lovas teams. I'm bringing in these ones with the 3 machine guns. So I figured that would be good for holding up against infantry. Let's look at that. Damage 1.5. I think that's the same as a 50 kill. Looks like there's an enemy vehicle there. So I'm trying to get this 75 in place up here because we can see we've got the zone of control. And then move these MG42 squads forward. Panther, way too risky. Loses his Panther leader to a bar team. And it looks like machine gun fire is raking our Pack 40. But we made it through. All these Rocks teams are suppressed from our artillery fire, so the Stern Pioneers should be able to knock them out, and they do. There's still more in here, you can tell. More over here. Definitely a grindy match. The enemy not giving up at all. Really a back and forth here. We are starting to make that breakthrough, and it's a 13-11, but we're going to need more than that to win based on how many points are there. And oh, by the way, I decided to make a change. So I was parked there, and then I parked over here, and then I decided, you know, people say keep your ammo trucks away, but oh, we took out a Spitfire. Awesome. This time, you know, sometimes it's worth not a main reinforcement road, but like one of these side roads. Leave these slow trucks at the road with a gun right next to it. Get 2 or 3 shots off if you're getting countered every time, and then just roll it down the road the other way. I was doing that on this to keep these guys alive. We had 50 kills over here, suppressing everyone. Looks like two teams of them. I'm bringing in these triple machine gun squads. More and more American tanks over here. There's that ISU. So we got reconnaissance over here. Nobody's in the church. That's very weird. And they haven't been able to break through that sector. More American Rifles teams heading into the center of our sector here. Dushka takes a direct hit down to 2 men, and more Studebakers heading our way, but the Tiger's there to stop them. Knocks out 1 truck, but then he gets killed off by an AT gun. I just saw it right there. It must have side-shotted him. Sniper and Maxim down here guarding that flag. Would love to get a hold of it. Could make us a 10-14. So I'd like to bring up more armor. I've got several coming in. I'm moving another Nimrod up as far as I can get it. Because again, we're just dealing with IL-2s now. That's our biggest problem. From making a breakthrough, well, we've got 1 AT gun, a T-34-85 we can't see, and these IL-2s. It's just, the IL-2s knocked out so much equipment. So, anticipating their retreat, just put the artillery right behind them. There's probably another guy back there. We got another full squad to the right. I think these are only 15 points, too. So he's bringing a ton. They are 15 points. They're only 8 men, though. Brought in another 75 here. Try and cover this road. You can see a buildup of enemy forces here. Rockets going into the town. Getting everyone pinned down, so there's got to be a pending assault. We see the trucks coming in over here. Lovas team spotting the flamethrower team out in the open. And Dushka spots our triple machine gun team. Ju-87 coming in on this position. And we pin everyone. So that could not have gone better. Because we got most of these guys pinned down. And they all surrender. So that was a stud move from the Ju-88. Got a rifles team here firing at our leader. Our machine gun was knocked out. I'll have to deal with that in a minute. Enemy Su-57 destroyed, so here comes that rush. I'm sure our PaK-40 took him down. We have a PaK-40 here too, remember. So if he tries coming down this road, we should be able to knock him out. Friendly recon team gets wiped. Stug 3 back here firing at the armed rifles team, gets them to fall back, but lots of enemy equipment heading our way. And the enemy trying to break through this sector here, but we've got equipment here. We're down to 10 rounds on this howitzer, so this placement of this howitzer was really good. We lose another flamethrower team over here, trying to cap this zone. Unfortunately, I think these guys are... These Desaniki teams are just so close. I've got to retreat everyone, and they're just moving very fast. BT-42 here out in the open taking fire from that gun that was there. So trying to pull them back. Remember, these guys got AT grenades too, so I do need to pull my tanks back. We've got 2 Nimrods here. Again, trying to do anything we can. Another one over here, and then that other 40 mil here. Doing whatever I can to knock off these enemy planes. And he's just sitting here instead of helping, which is annoying. So the enemy has taken over the town with their big rush here. T-34s heading our way, but we're knocking out stuff down the main road. Our other 40, PaK-40 did get knocked out. We've got the one left here. We've got another PaK-40 being fired on. This guy is now spotted, and he moves out into the open from the woods due to the fire. That might kill him off. So I don't think he's going to stay alive very long. We take out the M2 half-track, though, with our other PaK-40. And the machine guns firing away at these guys. Just racking up kill after kill. More Pioneer teams heading to the mountain. Probably could use another machine gun over here. The other one got wiped out. As we're starting to see more infantry. And as I predicted, the PaK-40 was knocked out as he had forced out into the open. So we're just off the flag here. Friendly artillery would be great on that position. Moving in 2 Pak-40s and a Jagdpanzer. It's going to be difficult, though. These guys got 2K range. We got a Tiger up here. They're going to cover my road. I don't think I noticed that initially. So I think some of those guys get knocked out. I'm parking these guys back here until we clear out the AT guns. Or else they're just going to get knocked out like the rest of our armor. I dropped help beacons here because no one was really doing anything to stop this massive unit rush. But he could have probably rolled us, but he stopped. I'm not sure why he stopped. He would have... We got 188. With that many guns firing, he would have been knocked out. With this much equipment, do a hunt order and just go all the way to the end of the map, because you will break through for sure, unless the enemy aircraft hit you, like it was for us. Look at all these planes. The IL-2s causing our biggest problem. I really want to see, I would love to see more aggression from our team with their infantry. We have shock troops here just sitting back. The flag's right there. There's no reason to leave. Like, you even have woods right here. There's no reason to leave these guys back here and not attempt to capture the flag. I'm shelling the flag to try and kill these guys off. You can see I moved again, and he's firing again at me. I'll probably move one more time. I did bring in a Ju-88 to fire on this area. See if we knock anybody out, and we do knock out one team. The engineers are pinned down. Unfortunately, our Ju-88 is shot down and kills a couple of our team right here. Lands right on our unit group. At least it didn't destroy a piece of artillery. I've had that happen before. So, again, these are just excellent firing positions. I'm just moving a unit right back into where it was. We're going to bring in another one, and so we lost, I think we lost a Pak-40 over here. I think I have 12, though. Now, this time I made sure I manually moved them up over here. And I put the Jagdpanzer back at 1,500. They didn't want to bounce. So here, my Nimrod's firing at these guys. But they were able to destroy the Panther, unfortunately. So we get a ZIS-3, a T-34, and an M4 Sherman. And all these planes. It's just really the planes. But we're still at 13-11 with 7 minutes to go. We knock out an M4A1 with our Pak-40. He's moving again due to fire. And he's not blinking, meaning I believe he can be spotted right now. We take out a Panther with our Pak-40 with a side shot, but now Tigers are shooting at him. We do have 3 angles on these guys, but I got to move him out because he's almost fully suppressed. And we've got enemy vehicles coming in, but we haven't shot at this guy, so he doesn't know we got another anti-tank gun set up here. So he's going to lose at least one half-track. See if we can knock out a second one. And there was multiple anti-aircraft positions back here, so that's why the 149 was firing back here. I had one to try to bring in more Ju-88s or Ju-87s to knock out the enemy equipment. So we lose another MG-42 team. Jagdpanzer takes a penetration, misses, so he's going to die. And he does. We still have our Pak-40 here. Enemies should not be able to advance. We also have a 88 spotters here to see what's going on. Friendly artillery landing in that position, but we've got a tank here. I don't have any anti-tank up here yet. I would love to take him out with a Panzerschreck. We do manage to catch all these guys out in the open, so I'm sure these triple machine gun teams are doing a lot. We got more and more half-tracks coming. We did lose another Pak-40. We've got our Pak-40 over here. Turan II gets knocked out. Just realizing with 5 minutes left in this bar, we need to cap now. Like, we got to get like 2 flags right now or it's lost. So try bringing in more medium machine gun teams. Unfortunately, he's able to spot me way out here. So he's got to have a spotter somewhere, which we haven't seen. So he takes out my machine guns, so that's a bummer. 50 points. Why don't we take a look around the map one more time? Big push of heavies coming through this way. These guys are, I guarantee all these guys will get knocked out. King Tiger about to get nuked by this rocket fire. So we pushed up, but not enough to capture a flag. We captured this flag, which is excellent. We just lost this flag, though. So I am bringing more machine guns up here. Our team has finally started moving their infantry up, but we gotta cap that Sturmpanzer. Just not really a great move. He's so close, he's probably gonna die. So I've got my Pack 40 set up here to fire at this Su-122. Actually, take that back. We're firing at the Sherman. Get a single penetration on him. Let's see if we can wipe him out. And we do. But he takes out 2 of our men. And this is just like the Valley of Death over here. He's just running out in the open. Looks like one squad's about to go into the woods. What a hero. So, enemy aircraft, again, being a problem. We've got our Turan II. We're trying to push forward here. But we just keep getting hit by these aircraft. And these guys are just, like, not worth anything outside of deep woods without that light machine gun. If we had some medium machine guns covering their advance, it'd be fine. More and more planes coming in. They can sense we want to break through here. 13-11, we're losing now. We've got another Pack 40 in over here. And he takes out the commander tank. About to fire again. 3 minutes to go. Pushed us way back to our flag over here. This is lost. I don't know how this happened when you have an elephant and no aircraft coming at you. I got a sense sometimes people are afraid to lose units or take casualties. You'll never gain any ground with that mentality. If you're that worried, then bring in leaders and unvet them. You can see most of my guys are single or unvetted. I bring in leaders to boost their veterancy. Zork, okay, so engineers against engineers. We'll do fine there. We just lost another Pack 40. This guy's still alive, but almost gone. 2 minutes to go. 2 Pack 40 still up over here. But starting to take fire from a Tiger. We lose our leader to these aircraft over here. So this whole area is just getting absolutely nuked by enemy air and dual Nimrods, unable to shoot down a single plane. Maybe if I vetted them. Maybe. Alright, so our infantry's up here, firing at the Strelky teams. Getting some grenade bundles on this M4. See if we can knock him out before this game ends. And we do. Big bombs coming in from the enemy A-20G and an F-6 spotting plane coming in. Or these armed rifle teams coming our direction. We did take out that recon plane with our 40 mils. And our 149 still firing. I'm curious to see. We've got 9,000 supply left here. Our machine guns in place. There's a lot of vehicles heading this way. I did call in 2 more Ju-88s because I had quite a few points here, and I was coming to the end, so I was going to try an air cheese, because why not? There's 30 seconds left. It's 12-12. There's a chance it could show up as a draw if it stays at 12-12, but which flag do we have to keep? No, it's a 14-10. I don't know what just happened. Ju-88 probably going to fall. This one too. He didn't get his bombs off. Probably felling a guy over here though. 3, 2, 1. This guy survives another day. So it's a minor defeat after 60 minutes. What a long match. 10 out of 24 objectives. They flipped it right at the end. Let's take a look at our team stats here. We did excellent, especially for the Lovas team. We got 5,272 to 3,650. Let's see what our kills were. Pioneers 2. Look at this 20-point Panzer Shark team because he was just walking them in. Our 40 mil took out a plane and that guy who was trying to run in. Turan II even took out a few vehicles. Pack 40 is doing very well, and even these 30-point field guns doing an excellent job to knock out the enemy. Lovas standard and 20-point infantry teams knocking out tanks and engineers and autos. Our 50s actually killed off too, and not just suppress. Our 149 was basically there for suppression, and I think that did an extremely good job of doing that. Only killed 2 units. Again, these Lovas teams, again, this guy took out a jumbo and 3 squads. Jagdpanzer takes out a ton of equipment. Flamethrowers takes out a ton. Turan II takes out even more. Pack 40 takes out a bunch. Nimrod takes out infantry. Flamethrower team takes out a bunch of units. Ju-88 takes out a bunch of units as well. Let's see what else. Jagdpanzer. Man, like everything just performed well. You can see the Pioneer teams too. Let's see what our losses were. So those darned IL-2s take out a ton of units. That's when we were trying to make our breakthrough. We got some one-offs in the woods. We knew that was going to happen. They're all triple vetted too. The Rocks team really did one on us. Probably got suppressed by artillery and took them out, or by aircraft. The Andrushas, they took out our platoon of tanks over there. And they basically took all of them out with two rounds. And experience-wise, we did 19% of the kills in the team with 9% of the casualties. I know we lost this one, but I think we did the best that we could. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.